you or your spouse are still working and you're also Medicare eligible. And what should you do moving forward? Should you stay on the group plan or should you go on Medicare? So what are your options? Welcome to Medicare School Daily, where we help you understand Medicare, save money, avoid making mistakes, and above all else, get the most out of your Medicare benefits. Now, today's topic is actually a question: how does an employer group plan work with Medicare? So let's look at the details to this question. Number one, how does an employer group plan work with Medicare? Well, it all depends on actually the size of the group. How many people are in the group? How many people that are insured by that plan? Well, Medicare calls a large group of 20 or more people that are insured, and they call a small group 19 or less. So the answer to the question depends on the size of the group. If 20 or more in the group, you'll notice that that group plan at work always pays first, and Medicare always pays second. So when those bills are processed, this is the way they will be coordinated. Now, if it's 19 or less, then it's just the opposite. Then Medicare will take the first payer position, and the group plan is only going to pay second to Medicare. Okay, so the size of the group matters. Now let's answer this next question. What should you do with A and B if indeed you or your spouse are working and you have an employer option? Well, again, really depends on the size of the group, that what you should do. So let's suppose that you or your spouse are in a group plan of 20 or more people. Well, one option you have is absolutely to do nothing. You're not required to enroll in A, and you don't have to take B either. Now, the problem is most of you have heard that even if you keep working, you've got to take Medicare A, or you're going to be penalized. And folks, that's absolutely not true. You see, anyone who has Medicare A for free will have it free for life. We have it free because we've paid into the Medicare tax system for at least 40 quarters or 10 years worth of work. And therefore, we get Medicare A for free, and there's never a penalty. And so you do not have to take A or B if you're in a group of 20 or more. Now, some of you may choose to take A only, which is a fine option. My only caution here is if you're in a group of 20 or more and you enroll into A only, you need to stop contributing to your health savings account. And so there are a lot of plans that are high deductible that have a health savings account set aside with that plan, and you're able to put money into the HSA. Even your employer can put money in the HSA, and it's a tax advantage plan. You get to save money up. It's also very pre-tax, and so there's some great advantage to having a health savings account. But if you enroll into A only while you're still working, you can put no new money into your HSA. So usually it's not beneficial to take A only if you have an HSA. Now, I'm not talking about health reimbursement arrangements. Those are HRAs, or flexible spending accounts. That's FSA. So those rules do not apply to what I just shared with you. This would be only health savings accounts. Okay, so that's if a group is 20 or more. Do nothing or enroll in A only. Or what you could do is go ahead and enroll fully into A and B. And of course, A has no premium. B is going to have a premium of $170.10 a month. That's in 2022. And then what you can do is you can stay on the group plan. And so what's going to happen, a group 20 or more, group pays first, Medicare pays second. And this is why this would not be my favorite option. There's another couple reasons, but it gets pretty confusing. But I, as a general rule, would not do this just because you're going to have to start paying for Medicare, and so I'm going to pay second to the group plan. So we're using a good option, but that is an option. The fourth option would be this, and that is to enroll into A and B and then totally drop the group plan. In other words, not be covered by the group plan in any fashion, and then you can add other Medicare insurance to supplement original Medicare A and B. And this is really a good option. In fact, we have a lot of people today that keep working and they say no to the group plan, they say yes to Medicare, because sometimes it makes financial sense to do that. And in order for you to make that decision, all you have to do is compare the two. And so look at your group plan, the premium, the deductible, the co-insurance, the max out-of-pocket, and your medications, comparing that to the Medicare options, what the premiums will be and what the coverage is going to look like, and you can lay those side by side to see if indeed that would make sense. So those are your four options if you're in a group of 20 or more. Now let's close out with this one. If you're in a group of 19 or less, again, totally opposite. You're going to see here doing nothing is not an option. Okay, you have to take action. You've got to enroll into A and B. Enrolling into A only is also not an option. Why? Because in a 19 or less group, what happens is Medicare is going to take the first payer position and your group is going to be second. So you have to enroll into Medicare in a group of 19 or less to put Medicare A and B in the first payer position. Now, beyond that, what can happen? We enrolled in A and B. You can stay on the group plan. Now, again, this would be not my favorite option. Usually do we see that this is going to make sense because not only do I have to pay my Medicare B, now I got to pay my premium here. And sometimes these small group plans have high deductibles and high premiums, so that's probably not your best option. So what many people do, because they have to put Medicare in the first payer position, they have to enroll into A and B, they go ahead and drop the group plan, and then they'll add other Medicare insurance, which would be supplemental plans, drug plans, or an Advantage plan. And so that also is a very good option when people decide to keep working and they're going to be in a group of 19 or less. So everything here, of course, depends on the size of the group as to what action you should take with Medicare. Hey, thanks so much for watching the video, and I do hope that it was helpful. Now, if you feel like you need to learn more about Medicare to make sure you're making the right Medicare decision, really the best way and the easiest way to do that is to go to MedicareSchool.com. That's MedicareSchool.com, and you'll be given the opportunity to click on Get the Free Workshop. We call that the Essentials Workshop, and I do all the teaching, and there you'll learn all the ins and outs of Medicare to make sure that you have an accurate and thorough understanding of how Medicare works. The second thing you can do is click where it says Talk to a Medicare Guide, and there you can actually set up a time where you can discuss your situation with a Medicare guide. They'll explain all your options, and they'll actually even walk you through the enrollment process as well if that's what you need to do. And so go to MedicareSchool.com, watch the workshop, or talk to a Medicare guide. It would be our privilege to assist you further.